Hi, I'm Gaytaya from Just Patchwork. The last time I was talking to you on YouTube, I was talking about bagging out our baby quilts. So this time I thought I'd follow it up with just showing you how I'm quilting them, because a lot of people have not done any free motion quilting, and it quite often puts an absolute fear into them that there's something very bad that you've got to do and they won't be able to control it. So I want to show you that on my machine I'm able to control it quite successfully. And what I've done is I have not dropped my feed dogs. Shock horror. Normally if we're doing free motion quilting, we're always saying drop your feed dogs. What I've done is reduce the amount of pressure that's coming down on my presser foot. I've actually looked at my amount of thread tension that I needed and adjusted it to what I wanted it, and then I'm still able to move the quilt around without any worries. So I wanted to show you. I'm sitting here on my Sew Easy table working on it, and what I'm doing is virtually just filling all the white space in this baby quilt, which is an ABC baby quilt, with a pebble, and that's all it is. I'm not having to do any echo quilting, any surround quilting around the letters. I'm just merely filling in the areas that are white. So that's how easy it is. You'll also see that when I'm working, I've got my hands fairly well spaced apart. So if you have a Sew Easy table, a horn cabinet, any type of cabinet, it's quite easy to do. You can also do it with the extended table that sometimes comes with your machine. Not every machine has an extension table to go onto it, but it just means you can spread your hands apart. If you look, my shoulders are quite relaxed. I can move around to wherever I want to. I don't have to be rushing, I don't have to be jerky. So I'm just filling in all that area. It's not a matter of, oh my God, I've got to get this machine going as fast as possible. That's what I notice with some people, that they go, oh, I was told I had to free motion anything really fast. So they put their foot flat to the ground. We want a nice steady motion to it. My hands are just moving it quite easily. I'm getting just a circular motion to it. So it's quite an easy one. I'm just quilting here. I'm using a darning foot on the machine, so that's one that if you haven't got one with your machine, it's one that you may have to invest in. So it just means that I've got the means to be able to move it around easily. With the foot that I've got, it's an open toe darning foot, so that's another one, meaning that I can see where I'm going. But that's not totally necessary for doing it. In fact, there are some things that I prefer to have a closed foot, so it's not something that's totally necessary. I'll just show you some of the other quilts that I've got. So I've got this one, which is our wool felt applique one, and if I hold it up closely, you can actually see what I've done on it is almost like mini flowers on the background. This quilt was quilted in about an hour. I needed it very fast to head off to a show, so one morning it was quilted very fast, and I think I probably did the binding in the car as we went along. It was also quilted with a slightly shinier thread, so it would have been a machine applique thread, so that's another one. The one that I'm doing here is just done with a normal Gutermann thread. Here's another one of my this is a new one. This is Birds in the Nest. So it's also quilted in a similar fashion to what I did the other one. So just quilted into the cream area. I haven't had to really outline all the things. They've been naturally outlined by me, just quilting into that cream area. So that's made a difference to it. And this one's one I showed you previously on the one when I was talking about bagging out. On this particular one, instead of quilting all the gold area and all that sort of thing, I have just outline quilted. So I was just running around. It's as if your needle is like a pencil, and so I've just got it and just been drawing around it. So the sun, the rising sun, has been quilted, outline quilted. The metals have been outline quilted. A lot of the others have also been done. If I'm doing straight lines, in a lot of instances, I'm actually using a walking foot. So this particular walking foot is slightly different to a lot of the ones that you see on the machines. This one hooks onto the back of the machine and will walk along with the action. With some of the others, they'll have a bar coming out from the side, and that bar has to be above what we call the needle nut, which is the nut that holds the screw that holds the needle in place. It has to be above that. So that's one of the things to look at, and that's by it moving up and down with the needle, it walks along. So it just means you won't get any puckers in your work. This is a great one. It's also used with the feed dogs up to guide it along. So it's an extension of a lot of the other feet that you have. I thought this would just give you a bit of an idea on some free motion quilting, some straight line quilting. I use this one for all the straight line quilting I do on quilts, and I quite often use it in conjunction with a thread guide, which I just noticed I haven't got here to show you. So that's another one. So just giving you an update on how I was quilting some of these quilts, just further to what I was talking about the other day. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy this, and you can always leave a message for me on our website, which is justpatchwork.com.au. Thank you.